What's up? How's it going? I am back after what occurred to me on Friday the 13th. Let me tell you, Friday the 13th is unlucky. Super unlucky day. If you go back into my videos, you see that I blew three funded accounts, so lost like 300 bucks right there. Sucks, and I was doing very, very well. If you actually watch any of my videos, you'll see that my bias on that day was correct. I just got stopped out from CPI volatility when I shouldn't have been trading CPI anyways. Should have just waited. But based on the title of this video, you'll understand that I have a problem. I have a pretty big problem, and I think it deserves to be addressed. That problem has to do with me losing. So I have a big, big losing problem. Not from the frequency of me losing, because not to like try and be put on a pedestal, but I don't lose very frequency. What the fuck? I don't lose very frequently during my trades. My win rate is pretty high during backtesting and during IRL. And if you can just go back into my videos, you'll see that most of my wins, most of my trades are wins. And I I mostly have the correct bias each and every day. But my issue is that when I lose, I can't handle it. It's very hard for me to cope with my losses. And this makes me find ways to want to cope with that feeling. And the biggest issue I have right now is every time I lose, I lust. I do, and I'm admitting it. I lust and I end up gooning, and it really messes up my mental. And I want to make a video on it because this is something I have to overcome. I need to overcome this issue that I'm dealing with. I need to overcome this lust and this inability to cope with a loss. I ended up blowing my accounts because my risk is one mini just across the board, and I'm not going to say that's the issue because most of my trades are one and done, sniper trades, 1-to-1 RR, very calculated and procedural and routine based. I have a set points, I have a set ticks, I have a set everything. But for some reason, this Friday, I lost my first trade, which was in the correct bias. I got wicked out by, I think it was 3 ticks wicked out. I went to the bathroom and I saw a switch in my bias. And because I lost, I rushed to enter this, trying to make back what I'd lost. And that led to me blowing my accounts. If I had just been more patient, I would have understood and taken the correct trade, but I didn't. And what did that lead me to? I've never lost 3 accounts in one day before. So I ended up crashing out and feeling like everything was just worthless, and I ended up just gooning like 3 times for nothing. And something about me is I've been really trying to lock in with my faith in Jesus Christ and my faith in God, and it took a toll on me. Especially when I lose, I start to doubt God. I start to question His plan for me. I start to question if I am loved by God. I start to question if God is even real. And that can't happen. I need to make this video here and now to put an end to this. I need to take advantage of this moment and speak to my future self that I can't do this anymore. I can't keep crashing out when I lose. I can't keep acting out of impulse, trying to make back what I lost. I can't do that. Because when I do, I end up going down a rabbit hole of sin, of things that I regret. I don't want to be lustful. I don't want to be a total cuck, bro. And just succumb to such disgusting material. I don't want to do that. But I do it because I feel like I have no worth in that moment. And that's what I cannot feel like that. I've taken so many steps to try to combat this too. I've prayed so much and it's helped. I was on a streak, man. But I blew it just because of one day. I have this little notepad right here that I write kind of like my goals, and I'm going to read them out here so I can remind myself. These are actually kind of outdated. My goals were to get my first payout, to get lean and have my dream physique, to become an independent man and move out of my parents' house, to travel and explore the world, to truly love Jesus Christ and obey Him. These are some of my goals. And after that, I wrote my whys. Why do I want these goals? Because I want a big family to raise and to love. Because I want to provide for my mother and my sister. Because I want to build wealth for my kids and their kids. Because I want to give hope and guidance to those who are like me, who are struggling with the exact same things. And because I want to live in heaven in eternity with God. And then I wrote, what does the man who has achieved all of this stuff do day by day? He takes certain trades, not emotional ones. He backtests and reviews each and every backtest. He reads his Bible and keeps God first. He does not smoke or drink with intemperance. He does not succumb to watching explicit videos or doing lustful actions. He moves with purpose and not foolishness, and he works out and takes care of his health. He loves his family and those close to him, and he loves himself. I haven't been doing the stuff that I wrote down I should be doing. And then I question God about His plan for me. Buddy, how are you questioning God when you aren't even doing the stuff you set yourself to do months in advance? At least we can say I have got my first payout. So I can check that off the list. I'll do that right now, actually. But man, you're still succumbing to worthless actions. You're succumbing to worthless actions and things that are not going to give you anything. They are not bearing you any fruit. And the thing is, I'm not a lustful person in heart. I'm not. I know I'm not. The only reason I do it is because I feel so angry and so overwhelmed with failure that I need to feel something else. My body, my flesh wants to feel a different kind of emotion. I want to feel gratified. I want to feel good. And I counter that failure with lusting. But man, you gotta understand that this failure doesn't mean, like, a one loss does not mean that you fail. One loss does not mean that you've failed in life. It doesn't. One day doesn't mean anything. 1 month, 1 week, 1 year doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. You cannot throw away your future and your routine and your consistency because you feel bad in one moment. You need to learn from it. You need prudence. That's what you need. You need the ability to hold discretion and to understand that what you do now is going to have future consequences. And that's what I wrote in this journal. I have multiple journals to tell myself that what are these things that I deal with? I wrote here, lusting towards other people, real or fake. What are the three solutions to getting over this? Is to avoid looking at lustful triggers, to think of the gym and getting shredded and working out, and to think of trading and to practice your routine. You need to stop thinking so small minded, so short minded. Nothing is going to come to you if you keep throwing it away for pixels on a screen or instant gratification. Use these journals that you've written down. Use them. Use what you've written down. Use the material that you've worked on to learn and to understand more. What virtues are ones that I need? I wrote them down. I said when I get the sudden urge to watch explicit videos or to smoke or to drink when I'm tired, I need chastity and I need temperance. What is chastity? Chastity is rightly ordered sexual desire so that it serves with love and wholeness rather than impulse or escape. Now, right now, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, but I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend and I don't really talk to girls because I'm not on that right now. I've already been through a relationship the past year, and I can tell you that right now I'm not in the position I want to be to have another relationship, and sometimes I feel like I do. And it's understandable. But do not succumb to wasting your energy on a fake relationship, on a one-sided parasocial relationship with a random person that you will never meet on your computer. Don't do that. You need chastity and you need temperance. What is temperance? Temperance is moderation of desires and emotions, enjoying pleasure without being ruled by it. Now, what I will say is that I do not believe there is any instance where you need to be succumbing to sexual videos online. It is a pleasure, but it's not one that you need with temperance. It's one that you need to avoid altogether. Real sexual intimacy with another human being is completely different, and that deserves temperance. But what you are doing deserves limitation, deserves complete restriction and blocking, because it's not real. It's not real. You need temperance, bud. When you feel like sinning is worth it right now just to feel some pleasure, you need diligence and you need prudence. What is diligence? Diligence is steady, faithful effort over a period of time. It's the ability to continue pushing with faith in your heart that what you are working towards will bear fruit. What you are working towards is going to work out. It is going to work out. So don't throw it away. Even when you find yourself at a loss, even when you find yourself in a low moment, do not waste that opportunity to learn. Don't. Don't throw it away. You need prudence. That's where prudence comes in. What is prudence? Prudence is the ability to judge rightly what to do and how your actions affect your future consequences. When you have those urges, when you have those thoughts, those wanting desires to feel some pleasure because life is so down right now, understand that that leads only to death. That leads only to sadness and disappointment. And even more anxiety, exhaustion, self-pity. All of these things are consequences, and you need prudence. You need prudence. I wrote one of these last ones that I crashed out and had a tantrum from blowing an account and sinned and wanted to die. That is how I felt at this moment. This was probably a month ago, maybe two. You need patience and you need temperance. What is patience? Patience is the ability to endure delay, frustration, or difficulty without resentment or anger. Patience is being okay with feeling that frustration, with feeling that anger inside you that you don't want to feel. You want to cope with it. You need to be patient. Be patient and do not live in your anger. In your sin, in your anger, do not sin. In your anger, do not sin. That's from Ephesians, I believe. Or Peter. No, I think it's Ephesians. Don't sin in your anger. Understand that it's going to work out. I feel better now, and it's only been 2 days. That shows how much I've been able to control my emotions over this period of time I've been trading. Months ago, I would have blown one account and been absolutely hysterical. One account, and I blew 3. And I don't even feel that bad. Because I know that I'm able to do this. I've already proven to myself I can get money from the market. All I need is to continue in that routine and that consistency. And everything is going to work out. And do not doubt God. Do not doubt God in the slightest. Every perfect and heavenly thing on earth and in your life comes from God. When you're tempted with your sexual desires, with your sinning, lustful thoughts, that comes from your flesh. God does not tempt you with these things. That's the devil. But if you flee from the devil and resist him, he will flee from you. Be strong. Watch this video back if you need to, but be strong. Be calm and remove all anxious feeling and thoughts. Do not be anxious about anything, but continuously pray to God and in the Spirit for your help and wisdom and guidance. And have patience that everything that you pray for will come true. Believe and do not doubt. Everything is going to be okay. But remove it. When you feel those things, remove it. You see my dog back there? Remove it from your mind, from your soul. Life is good. So act like it. Act like it. And use these resources that you've already written down. Use them. Use both of them. Use both of them. They will help you. And pray to God and to Jesus that He will help you. Tomorrow's a new week. No, not tomorrow. Next week is a new week. Tomorrow's Sunday. Everything's alright. Check out this background, by the way. Look at that. One day you can be in Antarctica. Who knows? Peace.